Good morning, I'm Neva Reddy Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, 3rd of October. In this update, it will take time for Gail Maney to adjust to life as a free woman after spending half of her adult life wrongfully in prison. Open Justice reports the convictions of 4 people have been quashed in relation to the 1989 death of Auckland man Dean Fuller Sands. The Court of Appeal has acquitted Gail Maney, who was twice found guilty of his murder. Her brother Colin Maney and Mark Henriksen were found guilty of being accessories and have also been acquitted. Stephen Stone's conviction has also been quashed, but a retrial has been ordered. Private investigator Tim McKinnell says Gail Maney is still coming to grips with the result.
27 years she's been fighting this, and there hasn't been a day where she hasn't fought it. All of a sudden that burden is lifted from her. She's no longer suspected, charged or convicted of murder, and it's life-changing.
Inquiries are underway into a fatal house fire in Porirua. One person died in the blaze, which broke out in Whitby about 2:30 a.m. Senior business leaders are feeling more upbeat. The Herald's latest Mood of the Boardroom survey shows they're more optimistic than pessimistic about their industries and the local and global economy. With more, business reporter Michael Circle.
The main domestic concerns: the price and supply of energy, the rising cost of living, high interest rates, emerging cyber threats, and rising insurance costs. The main international worries: geopolitical volatility and tensions between the US and China. When it comes to politics, leaders rate Christopher Luxon highly for keeping his cabinet focused on delivery.
Air New Zealand says it's in the process of re-accommodating passengers affected by changes to its domestic schedule. It's reducing flights between Christchurch and New Plymouth and will run smaller planes between Christchurch and Queenstown due to falling domestic demand. This follows Monday's news it intends scrapping flights between Wellington and Invercargill early next year. Air New Zealand says it apologises for the inconvenience the changes could cause. A rainy day ahead for everyone, reaching warning levels in some places. The Coromandel Peninsula, Bay of Plenty, Rotorua and Gisborne district are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 a.m, with the potential for flooding and destructive winds. Parts of Taranaki, Tasman, Marlborough and Otago are also under orange warnings. Meteorologist John Law says an active front is moving eastwards across the top of the country before circling back to the south.
Taking its time to clear away from those northern areas and then wrapping it back round in towards places like Dunedin and the eastern parts of Otago.
Sir Tim Shadbolt's contributions to Invercargill have been permanently recognised. Invercargill Airport's terminal has been unveiled as the Sir Tim Shadbolt Terminal. And in sport, to netball.
And England have won the Tiny Jamison Trophy. They have beaten New Zealand at Te Raparaha Arena in Porirua by 4 goals.
England's 59-55 win over the Silver Ferns has secured a first Tiny Jamison Trophy Series win since 2021. The deadlock's been broken in the America's Cup Challenger Series final of Barcelona. Ineos Britannia are now on match point in the best of 13 final series after 2 race wins over Luna Rossa saw them take a 6-4 lead. And Spain's Carlos Alcaraz has rallied from a set down to beat world number 1 Jannik Sinner in the final of Tennis China Open in Beijing. I'm Neva Reddy Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.